Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel and to all of my videos. I do mostly videos on INFJ stuff, but there are some other videos as well. I hope you guys enjoy and learn from them. In this video, I wanted to speak to you guys about a question that gets asked a lot, which is whether being an INFJ is a blessing or a curse. It's such an interesting question because I never actually think of it as a blessing or a curse. It's just what it is. You know, I'm an INFJ and this is what it is. It happened genetically or by environment. I don't know. I was born or made. It doesn't really matter. I am an INFJ right now, and so that's what I have to deal with, right? It's not like I can go on and change my personality type in a certain way unless I want to be really inauthentic. And so I'm stuck with being an INFJ, so I'm just going to have to deal with it and deal with it in the best way possible, so I'm living a really, really awesome life instead of being worried about being an INFJ all the time. But it's a good question to ask, and as I said, I just don't think you can look at it as being a blessing or a curse in general. If you're going to look at it, I'd rather look at it in a positive way. If I'm going to see being an INFJ as a blessing, I'd rather see it as being a blessing rather than a curse, obviously. But there are obviously both sides of the situation. There are situations where I feel like being an INFJ is an absolute curse, when I'm being introverted and when all my extroverted friends are inviting me out and they're asking me to come out with them, or my family wants me to go out with them and I just don't have any energy to go out, and I feel like, oh man, if I was just an extroverted, my life would be so much easier. And then other moments where I think it's such a blessing because I can just sit at home all day long by myself and entertain myself without any issues at all, without having to go out, without having to interact with people. Just the fact that I'm by myself with a book or with the internet or with the phone or just by myself without anything, I can entertain myself with no problems at all, and I think of that as an absolute blessing. And so obviously every part of being an INFJ has both a blessing and a curse involved with it. The reason I wanted to mention this question, even despite the fact that it has no answer to it, is because I want you guys to always pull back from this notion that something has to be either good or bad. And I know this is a very Buddhist thing to say. It's a very Zen thing to say, that nothing is good, nothing is bad, everything just is. But I just wanted to share a quick epithet, a quick story. I think you probably have heard of this story already, but I'll share it just in case. So basically there was this farmer, I think this is a Chinese story or a Buddhist story, so it's either in China or in Japan or something like that. Anyways, there was this farmer, and he was really old, and he had this son, and they worked on the farm all day long, and there was this news that came through that said that the war had started, and the war was recruiting for people, for soldiers, right? So they were going around different houses and looking for young men who were able to fight in the war. And so everyone came to him and said, oh my God, that's too bad. It's so bad that you have a young son and he's going to go away to war and you're going to be in so much trouble because you're not going to have anyone to take care of your farm with you. That's so bad, that's too bad, blah, blah, blah. And he said, maybe so, maybe not. It might be good, it might not be good, right? And so the war recruiting agency or whatever it is, the people came searching for someone, but before they did, his son fell off a horse or something and broke his leg. Now, this is obviously me paraphrasing the story, so if you are looking for the story, go Google it, and I'm sure you'll find it. But he fell off the horse and he broke his leg. And so the people came to him, his neighbors and friends, and said, oh my God, it's too bad. Your son fell and broke his leg. That's too bad. You have such bad luck, and blah, blah, blah. And he said, maybe so, maybe not. Maybe it's a good luck, maybe it's bad luck. I don't know, really. And obviously when the war people came or looking for recruits, they couldn't recruit him because his leg was broken. So his son was able to stay back from the war and stay with the father. Again, the people came and said, oh, that's such good luck. Awesome that your son broke his leg. I'm sure the same people who said it was bad luck earlier are saying that it's good luck now. And they're like, oh, this is awesome, it's great, your son broke his leg, and so now he doesn't have to go to war, you're so lucky, blah, blah, blah. And of course, again, he was like, maybe so, maybe not, maybe it's good luck, maybe it's not, I don't know. Now, this goes on forever and ever and ever. You can basically extend this story forever, but this is just an idea that I want to present to you guys, that really anything and nothing really is good or bad in its essence. You can't really say it's good or bad. Being an INFJ, is it a blessing? Is it a curse? Really, there's no good or bad about it. It just is. If you are an INFJ right now, and if you've realized that you're an INFJ, then you are an INFJ. Thinking about the fact that if it's a blessing or a curse, is it going to change the fact that you are an INFJ? Wondering about the fact that his son broke his leg, or crying about it, or lamenting about it, didn't change the fact that his son's leg was broken. And actually resulted in a good thing. His son didn't have to go off to war, and he was protected, and he was saved. And instead of dying in the war, he was still there around with him, right? And so you never know what something is actually going to turn out to be. Is it going to be a good thing? Is it going to be a bad thing? Really, you have no idea. In my case, I always try to look at things in a reverse paranoid way. So instead of being a paranoid person about it, I'm always a reverse paranoid. That is, I always look at something, anything, and think it's something that's going to help me, and it's going to be good for me, and it's going to be great, and it's going to work out perfectly. I always try to look at everything in that vein, and in the way where I believe everything, the universe is always working towards making me happier and stronger and better and richer and more abundant. So whatever happens, the fact that I'm an INFJ, it's absolutely a blessing, because I am an INFJ. I am who I am. I'm authentic, I'm awesome, and I'm an INFJ. So that's what I'm going to deal with. That's how I'm going to go through the world. I'm not going to change who I am, because I can't, unless I normally or naturally, organically change. But in this moment in time, right now, as I'm standing in front of you guys doing this video, I'm an INFJ, and so I'm going to take it as a blessing. This is who I am right now, and I love it, and I'm so grateful that I am, and I'm so grateful that I can share these stories and ideas with you guys. In the future, I might be something completely different. Maybe I'll turn into an ESFP, or who knows what, right? And so at that point, again, I'll take that as a blessing as well, and I'll use that, whatever type I am, to do the work that I'm meant to do in the world. Right now, I'm doing the work that I'm meant to do as an INFJ. Eventually, I'll do something else perhaps, or I'll keep on doing this for the rest of my life. Who really knows? We really have no idea what is going to happen in the future. We don't know what's going to happen right now. So all we can really do, in my opinion, is just accept what is coming at us and just deal with it in the best way possible. I think that's one of the reasons I do these videos as well, and I'm really passionate about doing these videos, is because I want you guys, all of you INFJs and non-INFJs, to accept yourself as you are, instead of running around and trying to find something else, or seek something else, or make yourself something different. How about we just realize, okay, this is what I am, this is how I am. Yes, I have moments where I hate myself. Yes, I have moments where I'm like, oh my God, I wish I was an extrovert. Of course, I have moments where I think to myself, it would be so much better if I was a thinker and I didn't always feel everything, and I wasn't an empath. It would be so much better. So yes, of course, I have moments where I think to myself, damn it, I wish I was an INFJ. Or parts of it, right? But that is something that I can't change. I am an INFJ. I'm going to stay an INFJ for as long as it's going to take. And that's all it is. So why not just enjoy the moment? Enjoy the fact that you are an INFJ right now. I'm not going to bring up the fact that, yeah, we are unicorns and, we're unique and we're awesome because of that. I just think that we're awesome because we are who we are. And I think every person on this planet has their own unique awesomeness, if that's really the way to say it. Every person has something that they bring to the world. And this is something that I'm always asking you guys to find out for yourself. This is something what I'm doing right now. I'm doing these videos and I'm putting it out in the world, and this is what I'm bringing to the world right now. And as I said, it might change in the future. It was different in the past. And this is what I'm offering to the world as my impact. For you guys, it might be something completely different. It might be the same. I have no idea. But the point of all of it is to find out what it is that you're supposed to be offering to the world. It might be something very small. It might be something very big. It might be something very medium. Who knows really, right? As long as you're working towards it, as long as you're trying to find out what you're here to do, your unique talents and abilities, and then doing it. That's all really that we need to do. We don't need to worry about the fact that we're an INFJ or not an INFJ, or are we an INFP, or are we NTPs, or are we going to be INFJs forever? Like, all of those questions I feel are so pointless, and I feel like it's just a sort of distraction from the real deal, which is doing our work. Instead of doing our work, instead of creating the impact that we're supposed to create, instead of making the creative work that we're supposed to be making, instead of doing all that important stuff, we're sitting there as INFJs, and then we do that. We overanalyze and we overthink, and we sit there and think about all these useless questions. Whereas what we should really be doing is, instead of wasting our time on those questions, is pushing away all those questions and focusing on the big question. The most important question is, how am I going to contribute to this world before I die? I think that's the most important question, the only really important question that anyone can ask themselves. Perhaps I'm a little bit fanatic about that because I do really, really desperately understand that, you know, you're going to die soon, and you're going to die soon. So that means you have to use the time that you have right now really, really effectively. Again, I hope this makes sense to you guys. I didn't really answer the question itself. I kind of went around it. But I hope it makes sense. If you guys have any questions at all about this or about anything else, please message me anytime. Obviously, I'm here for you guys. All my contact information is in the description below. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.